midweek games, roller coaster games. We have a lot of big results that came through. Dylan, for you, Liverpool, you were on a roll, and yesterday's back-to-back games against Newcastle, 3-3 away at Newcastle. I mean, that was a exhilarating game. It's one of those for a neutral, it was just an amazing game to watch.
Premier League classic. That's what you call it.
Yeah, exactly. But from your point of view, 2 points dropped.
Yes, 2 points dropped, but then I'm not surprised because we had a couple of tough games against City and Real Madrid. So you see, the thing is, we cannot maintain the same intensity uh, throughout the season. We were going to drop points eventually. I mean, we were on a mad run, and Newcastle on paper was the fixture that I was looking at, saying that yeah, this might be the one that might be a tricky fixture because although we have won there, 4 years in a row, but Newcastle always give us a very tough game. Now, at the same time, I was a bit disappointed coming out with a draw because I think we should have won if it wasn't for Keller's mistake. If he didn't make that mistake, we would have come out with a 3-2 win and it's all happy days. But look, I can't really blame Kelleher as such because he's been immense since Alisson has been away. So one mistake does not really, define what he's been doing. So it's all good. It's all good. We move on. We're still 7 points clear. We just one game at a time. We've got a very difficult Merseyside derby coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like, Liverpool were on a roll. That you were just going through teams, rolling through them one by one. Hillary, let me come to you. I mean, what did you take on that? Because now we're seeing at least, Liverpool, there's some human in them there because they seem like they were just their armor couldn't be penetrated.
Now, I think with the Liverpool game, we can see how many few strikers we have in the game right now. Because if you look at that Isak's goal, Isak show you just how many levels we are behind getting top strikers. You can see he had perfect movement. Van Dijk hasn't really had any competition this season, but Isak was there to give him trouble. So it's nice to see that, like at least in the league, we have another striker outside Haaland who can score from anywhere. And he scored a very amazing goal. I'm sure Dillian can agree that that fast goal by Isak was just outrageous. Outside that, Salah is having, I think, every player when they're trying to get that last big contracts, they put in some crazy, outrageous performance. I think Salah should have had a hat trick yesterday. But all in all, Liverpool 7 points clear. What can we say? That hasn't been said. Salah best player in the season, best player of the season, best player in the world right now, most clutch player right now.
Mm.
Let's see how the contract issues go because we know that Salah's contract is what is going to determine Van Dijk's and Alexander-Arnold's contract. So that's what everyone's hoping to see.
Yeah, I guess that's what everyone's looking to see. Steve, what's your take on that? I mean, you see Mo Salah is on form again. Liverpool almost got that
Yeah,
away win again, 3-2. But yes, there was a bit of error from the goalkeeper. But looking back on it, some people might say 2 points drop, but some people might actually say, Newcastle's not an easy team to go away to. You can ask Arsenal that.
yeah, that's true. I think one thing is that Newcastle has taken points from Arsenal and Man City at the same time, so it's not that easy to take points from Newcastle. And the game was really open. And I've got to give it credit to Mohamed Salah. I think one thing about Mohamed Salah is that he has that agility. He knows what he wants because you can see he's always coming through for the team whenever he's needed. And he's shown that for a couple of games. The last game and this game, because he scored 3 goals for them. Coming back, unfortunate for them, Shaw had to score the equalizer goal. So I think at times it's just a matter of the game, and the game never lies. It's just how it was. So it's a good game, but I still believe that Liverpool are still they still have got enough ammunition to start the because think the most important person in that team right now is Mohamed Salah. As much as they're doing everything in the midfield and the defensive play, because you can see like yesterday, Trent Alexander-Arnold is coming back. We used to see him giving assists. He did that yesterday. We saw the quality of Mohamed Salah, which is unquestionable. It's another thing. So never write off when Mohamed Salah is on form. Never question that. So
Oh, okay. Well, we lost Steve. Maybe we'll come back. But Dylan, he was making some good points there about Mohamed Salah. I mean, it's inevitable. Liverpool got to make a decision for the end of the season because at this rate, it's going to look kind of bad holding him out like this.
No, that's very true because now, but what I have read, sort of online and a few rumors going around is that we have offered him a contract. It's just they're still negotiating on terms because I think Salah wants a 2-year deal and the club is only giving him a 1-year deal, which is outrageous. I don't know. Like, have you ever seen a more fitter 32-year-old right
Yeah.
now? Come on. So he's fit enough to play until like he's 40, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's as good as Ronaldo when it comes to work ethic. He's very hardworking, and he does everything well. He takes care of himself. You can see rarely gets injured as well. So now the thing is, Salah, right now, I would say he's the best player in the world. I don't think there's any doubt in anyone's mind. And the biggest thing that I have realized this season from other season is that he's a bit more tenacious now. He could be missing for 50 minutes of the game. You would not even realize he's on the pitch, and then all of a sudden he just flicks a switch and here we go. He gets the assist for Jones, which was a brilliant goal, and he should have won us the game. I guess the team let him down, but we move, man, and
Yeah.
I was really happy the way Trent came in and showed why we've been missing him. That's another contract situation we need to get sorted as well. And Virgil as well. Virgil didn't have his best game yesterday, but more about okay, we were poor, but can we just talk about Newcastle being really good yesterday?
Yeah.
Because I thought Gordon, Isak, Bruno in midfield, Joe Linton, they were all fantastic. And they first half they pressed the life out of us, and then we slowly got our foot in the game. But Isak, that
Yeah.
name, Isak is the one.
Proper striker.
He's a proper striker.
Proper striker.
Like I don't mean to, but he feels a lot like Thierry Henry, doesn't he? Like the way he moves.
Yeah.
He likes cutting in. He has that little finish of his. He can do everything, and he can assist as well at the same time. So he is a proper striker, and I don't see how he stays at Newcastle for too long. I think someone big will
Yeah.
nab him up.
It's gonna take a big offer.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to the next game. The big showdown. Amarin came to the Emirates. At some point, I mean, Hillary, 7 points to the table. There was pressure on Arsenal. There was pressure on Chelsea. It's not looking as scary at the table as it was, but from Man United's point of view, even I have to admit, at some point, it looked like United were playing Tony Pulis' team.
All right. Just to start, I think for the first time we've seen a football club back up a player in the Mazraoui issue. We need to give credit to that because we've seen how many times religion has been players have been sued or players have been affected for trying to express their religion. So we're grateful that for the first time we've seen a club support the player. But now the opposite happened. Right now we've entered the pitch, and for 90 minutes we're just witnessing prime dark arts. Like I saw Saka's hitmop. Saka's hitmop and the linesman were the same. The only difference between Saka and the linesman was the kit that they were wearing. Saka's hitmop was on the corner flag and right on the line. Like him and the ball boy and the linesman, same hitmop. So this is Arsenal's tactic, I won't lie. Get the ball, Go all the way to the end of the pitch. Don't come to the center. Go to the end of the pitch. Try and get a corner. They had so many shots, but the purpose of the shots was not to go to the goal, was to just get a corner kick. At this point, I feel like Arteta is not the manager of the team. I think the set piece coach is the manager of the team because if it wasn't for set pieces, Arsenal would be a point in
What a
front or
joke!
behind us. Now let's be
What
honest.
a joke!
If
What a
it's not
Ah,
if it's not for set pieces,
what a joke!
Arsenal would not be anywhere in
What
Arsenal would
what a joke!
not be any. See, am I lying? Now you
I
people
still
can
tell
tell
you
ah.
me if
what a
I'm
joke!
lying.
What a
If
Go,
it's
joke!
go,
if
go,
it's
go,
not
go, go. Come in, Steve. Steve,
if
what was
if
the
it's
joke
not
about
for
that? What was the
set
joke?
pieces, if it's not for set pieces,
That,
how many points would Arsenal have this season?
this is a comedy show. This is a comedy show from Hillary. It's a comedy show from Hillary.
Now let me
We're just
cut
gonna put
in.
a performance whereby
Dakat,
we work them.
see, Dakat made someone go
Gotta
for a
get my
haircut
time. You
today.
finish.
That's what Dakat did. But you see, but in all honesty, Amorim ball is improving. If you watch the Everton game and today's game, we were more defensively sound. I thought that Arsenal would tear us up defensively, but if it wasn't for the 13 corners, they didn't really have, especially the first half, they weren't able to really break us down. So I'm really happy that despite the 2-0 loss, credit to the set piece manager. If you're able to watch this, you deserve a better team than Arsenal. You shouldn't be struggling to help this team get points. But credit to the best set piece manager in football history. But outside that, I'm proud of the defensive shape that, like, Amarim was able to can replace the whole back line in midfield, and we were able to maintain the same shape and all that, which is something that United have been struggling to get a
Mhm.
structure. Like you can see, he can sub anyone, and everyone knows that when I'm coming in, I'm supposed to play in this formation and all that. And right now, he's just working on retaining the ball. Like he said it, I only have 1 day to do training with these guys. And so we were able to say that with 1 day training, he can build a structure. So what about next season when he's able to, instill this structure into all the players? So it was a good game. I was expecting that Arsenal would come and rip us apart, but again, Dhaka FC, salute.
Knockout FC. All right then. Uh, Steve, I mean, he's making some good points there. I mean, I disagree
Yeah.
in some areas. I mean, I don't think Man United ever had the defense to handle themselves in these big games. Amorim, you can see his type of football that he plays. He's played quite expansive, quite attacking, 3-5-3. But it was a risky thing to do to go away to the Emirates. But you can see the problem Arsenal have is they don't really have a striker, someone to really cause problems. If there's nothing coming in from the wingers, it's not really coming from the forward play. But once again, Arsenal have turned corners into penalties almost.
I think that is proven because we just one set piece on top of Everton because Everton have got six goals out of set pieces. We have seven, and I'm not going to say that it's our way of play, but let's not forget that football is all about the 3 points. I don't care how it gets because we've seen football matches being won ugly in ugly ways, poor decision referee making, poor red cards, poor defensive plays, but it all narrows down to the 3 points. Nobody wants to know when you win the league, when you have the title, nobody's gonna go back and say it's because of what and what. And the same Manchester players and sorry, the same Manchester fans are the ones who are gonna come back and say that you don't have it, regardless of how they won it. So let me tell you one thing about yesterday's game. The 3 points were the most important thing that happened to Arsenal yesterday. You call us Stoke City FC. The second, we don't fucking care. That is one thing we're gonna say about it. Because let me tell you one thing: you guys had no corner, and it's a football match. What were you guys playing? You had no corner. You had zero corners. Let me just talk about that. Zero. I'm not thinking about one, zero. So we played our part of it. And if it works for us, why not do it? Because the same people who complain that we are playing dark arts or using the corners, we be like, Arsenal are known for having goals out those set pieces. Why did they do it against Manchester United? Why did they do it against such a team? You come back with the same strengths that we have, counting us with them. Like, why did you not use the same tactics that you've been using to win games? So one thing I'll tell you, so long as it works, keep on using it. Because you mean like, oh, you're playing like Pep, like Pep. Pep doesn't use set pieces. The same thing argument I think Abdi remember. He actually saying that at Kelly's day of Pep Guardiola. So how many goals does Pep going to have in his career using set pieces? So give credit where it's due. We are a better team
Yeah,
in the
I
Premier
gave
League.
credit.
Actually,
I gave credit to the
yes,
set
we
piece
are.
manager. I gave
Relax,
credit to the set piece coach.
relax. Let me
All
finish.
I
right,
Let
okay,
me
okay.
finish. Relax,
Let
relax.
me
Let
get
me
Dylan
finish.
in this. Let me get Dylan in this. Dylan, I mean, end of the day, you see Arsenal. Yes, they have a way now, but there's always been these complaints over the years that Arsenal were, you can go and push them over, break their defense. They never had that steel around them. But now, if Arsenal are not winning in a fancy way or scoring 5 goals, people seem to complain. Sometimes when you play these games, you need to be a bit compact and not open yourself up to, silly mistakes. And the thing I think most people are frustrated about is just that now Arsenal almost gone the opposite way of they used to be. They're not an easy team to play again. They get physical. They've got big players, as you see in their squad. What do you think?
Well, I agree with everything you said, and I think that's a big testament to Mikel Arteta because what he has done is he's brought. You see, the physical side of the game, I thought Arsenal had lost it in the later years of Wenger and
Hmm.
with Unai Emery and everyone. But what Mikel has done is he slowly molded everyone into having that physical game. So you can see that. I mean, I'm going to you see. Look, everyone is saying Stoke City FC and set
Yeah,
piece, whatever, whatever. But then what we need to realize is if you can use those situations as advantages, then why not? Like you see, the thing is maybe from open play, Arsenal didn't create much, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter if you can use the set pieces to your advantage. Well and good, you won 2-0, 3 points. That's all that matters at the end of the day. But I will praise Man United a bit. I thought yesterday, for the first time in a long time, they looked like they had some sort of structure, whereby you could see the small patterns of play that Amorim is trying to do. It will take some time, of course, but you can see there's some sort of progression with the ball, the way
Hmm.
the passing triangles that they were trying and everything. So you can actually see what he's trying to do, but I don't think he doesn't have the players that he wants. So
Yeah,
for
exactly.
now, I think United left Emirates quite happy. I know they lost 2-0, but it wasn't a smashing. It wasn't a like it
Hmm.
wasn't a it's not like you dominated the whole game.
It was a huge
Although
win.
they didn't really pepper Arsenal's goal, but I thought defensively they were sound. Now another thing I will say is that the set piece coach. I mean, I know we're all going at him, but I think what the job that he's doing is absolutely fantastic, and Arsenal are very lucky to have him on board actually. And yeah, well, 7 points is the gap. So, you know, we've got a very tricky fixture coming up. You guys
Yeah,
have Fulham away. Fulham away, remember what happened last season. So,
yeah,
no game is easy in this league.
yeah. I mean, that's how it is.
A big game.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be
Big game.
tough these next few games. The green, we know what the Christmas period is like, the Boxing Days. Everyone gets a break, but the Premier League, everyone gets their holidays,
Yeah,
Christmas.
definitely.
These guys, this is when they get their money's worth. But okay, well, let's touch to the other team. That's also 7 points behind you, Chelsea. Once again, quietly, just not being noticed. Also a new manager, just doing their job. Hilary, let me come to you with that one. I mean, what's your take on this Chelsea, man? They seem to be improving week in, week out.
Starting when we were starting the season, the biggest weakness Chelsea had was having a big squad, and now it's the biggest strength. They're able to rotate players and have players come in, play well. The manager has able to play down talks about, a player being benched and all that because he's able to rotate all the players in the system. And Chelsea right now have a good attack. Next season, if they just work on their defense, they'll be extremely good. I think, yeah, just the center backs are the ones that are kind of learning their craft, but everywhere else in the squad is just perfect. You have he's made Nicholas Jackson a better player. This is the same Nicholas Jackson who Chelsea fans didn't want him at all last season, but this season he's been actually very good. They're not even relying on Cole Palmer as much because you have goals and assists circulating around the team. And the most important thing is you're able to rotate the team and everyone can come in and fit in perfectly. So that's something I like from Maresca and Slot, that they're able to rotate the team and give everyone confidence. I think even Amorim said the same thing, that if you're able to rotate the players and give them confidence, then that will make the entire team tick. So Chelsea again, saddens me to say that they're doing good, but such is life and such is football.
Don't worry, give your manager some time. He's only had 3 games. Steve, how about you, man? Local London rivals. They seem to be just moving along quietly. Their
Yeah, I
performance
think
is picking up.
you gotta give credit to Chelsea because they've come a long way, and like because they were on a deeper slope as Manchester United, but they've shown agility. If we were awarding the best improved team in Premier League, I would say Chelsea because they've stepped up to the task. They've tried to do the best they can, and I've got to give it to Palmer stepping up in that play, and also Nicholas Jackson. Actually, Hillary just mentioned it. He was being bad. Remember Mambo? When you used to talk about Mambo, saying like he's the best
Yeah.
striker, but now you see under the new coordinator,
We don't
yeah,
see
he's
Mumbo anymore
stepping
now.
up.
He's
He's
hiding.
doing
He's hiding from
a
Jackson.
yeah. But I think Chelsea are doing a good team. If I was asked who's the most improved team in the Premier League, I would say Chelsea. Actually, they're a good team. I just see we're struggling at the same points with them. Arsenal and Chelsea are the same points. They only scored more goals yesterday, which made them go to number two. We came to number three, and if they keep on doing this, I think Liverpool, as the top contenders of the league, should expect pressure from the two teams. That is Arsenal, Chelsea, and maybe the latter rain might be Manchester City later because we don't know. They had their own downfall, but I think right now if this team that is facing a lot of pressure from teams so far, and as from my point of view, Liverpool are facing pressure from Arsenal and Chelsea. Because we keep on losing points, we keep on gaining. It's gonna put more pressure on them. But it was a
Yeah.
good game, expected win, but I didn't expect such a high scoring game. But
Yeah, that's a
it's
good
a game
point.
that was amazing to
Uh,
watch.
yeah, I mean that's a good point. I mean, Dylan, he makes a good point there. I mean, when Chelsea played you guys, I mean that was a decent game. That could easily have gone either way in that game. I mean, are you surprised that Chelsea are up there behind you? I mean, between Chelsea and Arsenal, who do you think will be consistently a more of a threat come the season?
So one thing I will say about Chelsea is that they have pleasantly surprised me. I didn't expect them to be here where they are right now. But then it shows what strength in depth can do for you.
Mm.
Um, they've got a squad of I don't know what 50 players or something. But you
They
see
got
now,
two
now
teams.
you can see now you can see that squad can be utilized. At the same time, they're playing really well. Maresca has got them playing good football. But I will say that Southampton were very poor in that game, and
Yeah.
they didn't have they didn't have Howard Bellis, they didn't have Tyler Dibling. So of course, it was never going to really be a tough game for Chelsea. But they have surprised me. They've been very good. But over a 38 game season, I think Arsenal, because they have the experience and they've been here 2 seasons in a row. I think Arsenal in the long run
Mm.
will be more effective. But Chelsea, I think, will fall off eventually. That's my prediction. But let's see. They're so far right now. They're playing really well. They're playing
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
really well.
Yeah, they are. They
Yeah.
are. All right, guys. Just before we leave, just wanted to have a quick shout out for Pep Guardiola and Manchester City finally winning a game. I think I don't know how many games that was. They were on around 8 or something.
7 games.
7 games
Seven
was
games
it?
without win.
Yeah.
7 games
So
without win. Yeah.
Then they win it with a clinch.
yeah, so they finally won a game. That would really been a shock if they lost it to Nottingham Forest, but they seemed a bit shaky to start the game off anyway.
Kevin De Bruyne. That's what I want to say. Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
When you start him, you can see what he offers to the team. I don't know why he was benching him, but you can see he's class,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely class.
I mean, they clearly missed him in that position. And also, if anyone doubted why Rodri got the Ballon d'Or, I think you can see from my Manchester City's form the last few games why
100%.
Rodri got that Ballon d'Or, at the end of the day. But anyway, guys, I guess we got this weekend to look forward to. The game's coming up. So, what's going to be your picks, surprises? Just quickly tell me who you surprise result. Let's start with you, Hillary.
Um, the Fulham Arsenal game, I'm seeing a draw.
That's your
Uh,
surprise one. Okay.
yeah, that's my surprise win.
All right then. Okay, quickly. Okay, how about which game for you then, Steve?
Yeah, I think I'll go with my team here. I think I'm expecting a high scoring game from Arsenal against our own protege, MS Smith Rowe. I am expecting a good match, but I'm expecting a high scoring match from the Arsenal team.
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't come back to haunt us. And Dylan, for
Yeah,
you, you really think Everton can do something?
We need to take into consideration that it's the last ever Merseyside derby at Goodison Park, so they'll
Okay.
be up for it because
Okay.
they're moving into a new stadium. But then I believe in my team, so I don't think that will be the upset. But what I will say is not even I think Arsenal will win as well, but I think the Chelsea Tottenham game
Yeah.
might have something up its sleeve that maybe, a couple of red cards, something, you know what I mean? Like might be one for the books.
That's always
Mhm.
been a feisty game, that Tottenham Chelsea
it's a
derby.
thriller.
It's always been a thriller, high scoring game, madness. For me, I don't know, man. I have a sneaky feeling Manchester City away to Crystal Palace. There might be another shock for City. There might be another problem for them coming up for them. Guardiola might end up coming up with more scratches on his faces. See how he's doing. It's gonna be sad. All right, guys. Thank you, man. Thanks for coming. We'll talk again this weekend, man. Appreciate it. See you
Yeah,
guys.
buddy.
Right.
All right.